Velvick here at ICAST 2010, and you probably might have a clue that I love swim baits. I just throw swim baits everywhere. I probably throw them way more than I should. But the one thing I learned about swim baits is actually coming down in size is always the key. So I started throwing a lot more of the smaller baits, a lot like the Berkley Hollow Belly. This is actually a newer version of it. And so with the Berkley Hollow Belly, they actually have something a little bit new now. It's called the split belly. They did something great with the container where they kept it so it's reusable. I can slide it out, take the bait out that I want, slide it back in, and I've always done this with my hollow bellies and any bait like this. I've actually split the belly of it. I split it right up the belly. I always cut them, and a lot of guys never used to have the split here. But the trick with this bait, and it's a phenomenal bait, I had 3 top 12s last year on the BASS tour, made the Bassmaster Classic primarily not just because of this bait, but because of the hook. I'm using an owner-weighted BeastT hook. This is the owner hook. This is the only hook I use for this bait, and I prefer this one here. It's a 6/0 1/4 ounce, and the 6/0 1/4 ounce keels this bait just right. Let me explain this hook, because this is so key right here. Now, they've done the split belly. I used to do seminars and whatnot. I'd say, okay, hey, get yourself a pair of scissors and cut the belly out. I don't have to do that anymore because Berkley went ahead and actually split the belly of this one. Just like that. It's going to run true, but this is a perfect match for this hook. What I do is I take it. I know a lot of you guys know how to rig it, but I sometimes like to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put the head in. The centering pin, key thing first off, owner has a centering pin right down the middle. The corkscrews around. A lot of these hooks you see, they got just a screw in the middle. You need to have that centering pin so that you can hit the head of this perfectly straight on. I put the centering pin right in the middle of the head of this thing. I start twisting it on there. Every time with that owner center pin, I get exactly where I want it. I mean, it is dead on perfect every time, and that's the best part about that owner weight. But now, I got it the way I want it. I'm going to come through. I'm going to push way up on this thing. I don't want to just stick it through, and this is kind of like the Braille method. You're going to push it way up high, come straight through, and pop it. That way, the bait should be flexible. It shouldn't be stretched out. It shouldn't be too tight. It shouldn't be too loose. It should be perfectly straight, and that way, I'm going to tuck it back in, and that belly hook and that bait are perfect to go right now. Straight bait, 1/4 ounce weight on the bottom, big beefy owner BeastT hook, tie the line to there, and that right there was 3 top 12s last year and a primary bait if you're going to throw a small tournament-sized swim bait and you want to catch a lot of fish. Berkley Hollow Belly, owner hook, check those things out. I mean, this to me is money, and I have this tied on almost everywhere I go in the country and everywhere I compete.